I mean, I live for things like that, just so you know, FYI, I love it. And I always want to jump and shout about it, because if I was at home and I knew that was about to happen, I'd really want to get forewarned. So stay in the ordering process for it. You will get not the 2 years worth of ink, we're doubling it for those first customers. We want to end this show in a very, very big way. Another launch that happened today is the Wolverine Saturn. I have the original Wolverine at home, and I've said so many things about it over the years. I was excited to see they've gone to a new level. Slides, negatives, photo media that we have that is degrading in the attic or the basement. We have to preserve it. We have to digitize it. Wolverine is the easiest way to do it in the world today. That's my opinion. This is their brand new display, which has a 4.3-inch screen. It comes in red or blue. You get everything you need. No PC required, no software required. The only thing required is our very special guest, Julie Truster. Julie, from the minute that you sold this to me, which was now coming on a couple of years ago,
yes,
now, I've never looked back. I mean, I'm up to date now. I've got everything in order, and it feels so good.
Yes, I know. You can organize everything. So if you have these bins or boxes laying around your house, in your attic, in your basement, of slides and negatives, I feel like most of us do, you can now pull them out and you can digitize them in 3 seconds and save them to a 20 megapixel file. And it couldn't be easier.
Right.
So pull out your slides and negatives. And this is brand new. This is the launch of the Wolverine Saturn. By the way, Wolverine, they are the leaders in the industry in converting into a digital image. So here's how it works. It's a standalone unit, brand new design right here. The screen right here, it's a 4.3-inch color screen. So if your slides or negatives are green, or color, then it's a color. Let me turn right there. There we go. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a slide, and I'm gonna go extra slow so you can see how it works. You take your slide or your negative, it comes with everything that you need and your adapter, and you just sort it through, just like this. You slide it through, and then on the 4.3-inch screen, you see exactly what's on there. So there's no more guessing. And then watch this. To save it, 2 buttons, and they say 3 seconds, it's really like 1.5 seconds. I just saved it in a 20 megapixel file. Right. So it's stored forever. Let me show you again. You take your slides and your negatives, whichever it is. It comes with your adapters, and you can just sit in front of it and you can go to town. I'm doing it slow, but you can go really, really fast. And then to save it, it just saved it. If you don't want to save it, you just keep sliding through, which is a great thing, because the alternative is to ship them out. And then they'll develop everything, and you got to pay for all the duds. And that's not good.
People don't like it, Julie. They don't like to do that. You know that.
And then, you know, when you ship them out, you're risking that, you know, maybe I'll lose them. But again, so you can take your slides and negatives. Now, these are your 35 millimeters. So your 35 millimeter slides and negatives, 95% of what's out in the market, this is what you have right here. That will cover you. So all you do, you pop it in right here. You push the buttons. Boom, you just saved it. Now, if you're wondering where it saves it, on the back, I want to turn it around, because what's exclusive here at HSN, it comes with a MicroSD card. So this, a 16 gig, it'll store up to 5,000 photos on here. You pop this in, it stores them all right on here. You can take this out, you can print out your photos now. Maybe they're from the 1940s or the 1950s. You can save them, print them out, share them on Facebook, share them, you know, text them to your friends and family, and it's so easy to do. The best part, you don't have to have a computer, you don't have to have Wi-Fi, you don't need an app. You simply plug it into the wall, and then you go to town.
So, because I'm comparing with mine at home, the original Wolverine.
New design.
New design, but all the same great features, really.
Yes, absolutely.
Just improved, enhanced.
Yes, they've improved everything about it.
But you're getting the necessities as well, Julie, because a lot of people, they want to be able to do what they've got at home. So now I've got all my essentials. I can do it easily and simply.
It's so easy. And
you know, when
you can have a business doing this.
People pay. People pay every day a lot of money to do it.
People pay a lot of money to have somebody else do this, and now you can do your own. You simply slide them through, and then you save it. A 20 megapixel, so you're actually up converting. And this slide right here, I want you to see, because if you have your old slides and negatives and you want to color correct, you can actually go on here. It has color correction right on board here, so you can scroll through. You can see there's the red, oops, hold on there, red, the green, the blue, and you can go through until you feel like it's the right color that you want. A lot of the 70s slides and negatives kind of have that orange hue to it. I kind of like that look, but if you want to change it up, you can. You can do that on board. So brand new, we're really excited to be here. The 2 colors, and it's exclusive, so you get the software, and then you also get the MicroSD card.
The blue is the most popular and the most limited. It will be the first to sell out. Julie, is this your last presentation
Yes,
today?
it is.
Okay, so last chance today to get the Craft Day savings, which is the free shipping and handling and the reduced price. You know, many of us, I just don't think want to tackle it. We know that this exists. We know that this is there. We know that there's that wedding and your son's first footsteps and that, you know, reunion and that celebration from the anniversary. We know that they're there and that they're degrading all the time, and we don't know how to fix it. We don't really know how, and we don't really want to, because it means a lot of work. It means being technologically minded and being savvy with all these, you know, the computer and the laptop and everything else. That's why Wolverine created this. They knew that the majority of people buying this would be moms, dads, grandmas, and grandpas. So they made it as easy as possible. You don't need a computer. You don't need Wi-Fi. You don't need any apps. You plug this in, you slide in the negative, you press a button. That's it. Plug it in, slide in the negative, press a button. Slide in another, press a button. Once you've done it, and you've done it forever. You've preserved it and secured it and satisfied what all of us want, which is to preserve the most precious things in our life, and that's our memories, so we can pass them down to generation to generation. Needless to say, when you digitize it, now you're able to share them more.
Yes,
on
and
Facebook,
forever.
on social media.
Yes, and they're stored and saved forever. So a lot of times, you know, your slides and negatives, over time they start to deteriorate and they break down.
Yeah, indeed.
In fact, my wedding, the negatives, they're only 20 years old. They already have a green hue on them.
Do they really?
Yes, and we've had them protected and everything. Once you store it in a digital file, it is stored and protected forever, and they don't deteriorate. Now, let me share something else that's exciting. So it converts your 127s and also your 35 millimeter, your 135. That's this size. This is pretty much what everybody has out there. This is the standard size.
Right.
But a lot of people were asking Wolverine about this right here. So professional photographers, if you know somebody, maybe your grandparents, if they were born between 1930 and 1960, I want to show you the size of this.
I've
this
never
is
seen
a
this
negative.
before.
I know they're a little bit rarer than the normal ones. And now there's a converting, you pop it in here. So if you know someone, typically they're of weddings and World War II.
Oh, wow.
So how cool, if you have these in your attic, you gotta look for these, and it comes with its own tray. This is brand new today, we've never had, and this is called the 120 negatives. So you can put them in here now and digitize it. Think about if it's from 1930 to 1960, we now have a format. So if you know somebody, you gotta grab it. This is the only one that will convert the 120 millimeters.
Okay,
Very cool.
Now I understand, and maybe, did you say, you had this on earlier then, right?
Yes.
Okay, well then that makes sense. If you want the blue, I have about 450 or 460 left before it's sold out. Today is the best day to buy it. Whilst we offer Wolverine on hsn.com, it's always at the 170 price or above, and it's not always free shipping and blah, blah, blah. So you're getting the lowest price. You know, when Julie just said that, this might be because it's Grandpa's birthday and you want to take some pictures and create something. You're crafty, right? You want to create a card and you want to be able to show off some of those pictures from all those years ago. Even if you don't buy this today, and I'm a big, big advocate of this product because I've used it and loved it. This is how I did it. This is how my mum sent over. She was mad at me one day because she moved house, she downsized. She said, Adam, I'll send you over all the negatives that I found in the attic, or we call it, do you call it a loft here? Is that the word you use, a loft?
A loft.
No, you don't. I could tell by that reaction. A loft in England, just the blank stare said everything I needed to know. A loft is like upstairs, like in the roof, like the attic you call it here, right? So
the attic.
The attic. So she found all the negatives and the slides in the attic or loft, and she said, if I send them over to you in America, will you do it for me? So she sent them all over to me. She split them up because she was scared she's going to lose them. So literally 10 packages arrived. And I didn't do it because I didn't know how to do it. What was I going to use? And then I met Julie with this a couple years ago, and I bought the Wolverine, the first edition, and I did it. And I love, 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 love this product. Even if you don't buy it today, remember the name Wolverine. because out of all of them, and I've seen them all, there is nothing easier than this. You don't need a computer, you don't need Wi-Fi, you don't need Bluetooth, you don't need to download an app. You can send negatives off to certain companies, and for a lot of money, hundreds of dollars, nearly thousands, they will do it for you. This anybody can do, which is why the reviews are always so strong. Okay, blue, we only have 300 left. So I'm conscious now that the blue's on the way to selling out.
I love the blue.
We look, well, the blue's fantastic. The red's fantastic as well.
Brand new colors too. I love the colors.
Exclusive to us, Julie.
Yes, and you have the MicroSD card that's in there, and that's where they're stored. It'll store up to 5,000 photos on one card. Now, the reason why we have a TV out here, this is so cool, and this is also brand new, Adam. Yeah. On the back right here, I want you to see, it's labeled, so I'm telling you, you can't mess this up. Where it says HDMI right there, you can plug in an HDMI cord. You can hook it up either to a computer, if you want to download them directly to your computer, or look what we have right here. This is connected to a computer. This turns it into a big screen or your slide projector. So now with your slides and negatives, same thing. And the reason why this one's blank is because it's showing now on your TV. So think about if you want to gather around for Easter or Mother's Day, bring out your slides and negatives. And this is how it works. Same thing, but you're looking at it on a bigger format. And again, if you want to save it, so if you want to view it on here and you and your family can decide if you want to save it or not, I just saved it.
Just like that.
Just like that with the touch of a button. Again, and now you can view it on the TV. Maybe you don't want the 4.3-inch touchscreen. You can go through your slides and negatives. Let me pull out, let's see, a wedding. And then if your negatives or slides are, if they were shot in black and white, then they're, sorry, I'm bending over. If they were shot in black and white, then you'll see them just like this in black and white. So this was my wedding. And can you see that green hue on there? Oh, I don't, and we had them protected. I don't know what happened. It's just over time they deteriorate, but I'll show you how we color corrected it. So I'm gonna slide through. Right there, there's my brothers. They walked me down the aisle.
You
right
look
there,
amazing,
I'm saving.
Julie, you do.
Thank you. One more. It's my brothers. Okay, so with the software, now remember, you don't have to have software with this, but it comes with software that it's called PiZap, and it has color correcting capabilities to it. So just like I showed you, my wedding is green. Everyone's green on it. Maybe you have some bent negatives or your slides are a little torn. I'm gonna put this bent negative in here right now. Okay. So it's pretty much ruined. Slide it through.
Last call, everybody. The blue is now down to sellout quantities. Last presentation of the day. You maximize your savings if you order it today. It's a fabulous thing. And once you've got it, you'll always have it. You'll never need to buy anything else. Take a weekend and get it done, and then you'll be so happy. You'll feel so good. You'll feel so at ease knowing you've taken care of business with this, and it's an important thing. You can have all the riches in the world, but when you look at a photograph from your child's first birthday party or from mom and dad's wedding, when you look at those images, that means more than anything. For heaven's sake, don't let those images get destroyed, because if they are sat right now in a damp basement or an attic, if you've got those negatives even in a regular, just in the regular closet, they are degrading. They are years and years and years old. Whatever you do, look, even if you don't buy this, just please do something to preserve them, because every minute that goes by, Julie, they're getting worse and worse.
Yes, and you know, remember when Hurricane Irma came through Florida? Yep. The first thing we grab, photos.
There you go.
That's what we take. So now you can digitize them. It saves them forever, and then it stores them in a 20 megapixel. But let me show you with the negative. So that negative right there, I put it in upside down, but that's okay. It's torn right there. You can see the rip on it. So normally you would think that's ruined. Now I printed it out so you can see, look how bad it looks. Yeah. It's ruined right there. So with it's called PiZap software that comes with it. What we were able to do is go into the software and completely correct that little gash, that line in there.
It's as good as new.
It's as good as new. Now the other thing, my wedding photos, I was telling you that they have that green yellow hue to them, and they're only 20 years old. They're not that old. So you can't really tell when I printed it out, but look at this. I was able to go in.
Oh,
this is what it should look like. So I think when you compare it with that color correcting, you can do that. And so I think that's great that they threw it in because it works perfectly with this. So again, if you're just tuning in, this is brand new. It's the Wolverine Saturn. Wolverine, they are leaders in the industry in converting your slides, old slides and negatives, anything that dates from 1930 on up, slides and negatives, and it's easy. It takes 2 seconds and it converts them into a 20 megapixel file. The other thing that's easy, the new trays right here, everything is labeled.
Yes.
So you can't mess it up. It says this side in, and then it tells you your 127s or your 135 slide adapters. So you put it in the little slot. I'm showing you how easy it is. Your kids can do this if you want to give your kids a project.
Absolutely.
And then a nice, huge color screen right there. You can center it, and then to save it, it's a 4.3 inch. Boom, it saves it, and you just go to town. Yeah, you can have your own little business doing this.
Yeah, and you know, it's
Save.
fun because you relive all the memories as you're doing it.
Absolutely, that's the best part,
yeah.
the process. And look at this, this is from, I believe, 1950. Wow. I think you're gonna go through, bring your tissues, have them ready, because it's very sentimental, and then if you wanna save them, and again, you can edit on board, color, you can go right down here, your reds, your greens, your blues, and this is how you select your film type, whether you want your negatives or your slides. Very, very simple to use. There we go, 135s.
Final call on the blue. If you want that blue, it has now nearly gone. There is the fabulous red as well. Both colors are fantastic. This is an exclusive bundle here on HSN, and I hope you'll love it. Please leave a review on the Wolf. I was gonna say on the Griffin. The Griffin's coming up next. The Wolverine. This is the Wolverine, and that's the Griffin. The Wolverine, if you leave a review, it helps other people know how good the product is. 693447 is your item number. Best price